Hi, this is Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today we're gonna record report for you. Today, record the nutcracker sheet. So let's get started.
Fritz, what? Fritz, I can't wait any longer. Won't the drawing room door ever open? I'm sure that Father Christmas has already been. I heard a noise a minute ago. I'm sure it's him. Oh, be patient, Mary, be patient. You women can never wait.
It's Christmas time around the year 1800, and we're at the house of President Silverhouse. Fritz and Mary are the president's children. Besides Fritz and Mary and their parents, who are all waiting for the drawing room door to open, there's Godfather Drosselmeyer. I'm going to describe this curious gentleman to you. He's wearing a bright yellow coat, a wig of spun glass, and a black patch over his left eye. He's very tall, very thin, and he's got a hooked nose. He's a master at repairing clocks. He also makes the most wonderful toys, and the children love him.
Golly, what a beautiful tree. It goes right to the ceiling. Look at all the candles and all the little parcels of sweets. Oh, it's beautiful, it's beautiful. It's as bright as the sun. Goody, soldiers. Just what I asked for. This doll's as big as I am, and she's got wonderful clothes. A whole wardrobe full of clothes. Frocks, dresses, cloaks. Oh, little shoes. There's a lovely sunshade. What a beautiful doll. But who's that funny little man made of wood? He looks like Punch. Is he Punch?
No, my dear. That's a nutcracker. Look, you slip a nut into his mouth, then you close it. There, the nut's broken.
I don't like him. I do. I like him because I didn't expect to find him there. Thank you very much, Godfather Drosselmeyer.
I'm glad you like your nutcracker. Believe me, he's got a lot of surprises in store for you.
Exhausted by their busy evening, Fritz and Mary have gone to bed. The little girl has put all her dolls away carefully, and the nutcracker is on the bookcase in the drawing room. Everything is quiet in President Silverhouse's home.
Come on around me, men. The king of the mice with his 7 heads and his 7 golden crowns is landing an attack against the toys. We mustn't give in. We'll follow you, nutcracker. Rally round me. Let's be ready to fight them off. Come on, men. Come on, boys. Your weapons, men.
There's that terrible noise coming from the drawing room. I'm going to see. Oh, the toys are fighting the mice. Nutcracker! Nutcracker! Watch out! Oh, that awful mouse with 7 heads is attacking you. I must go and help him.
Mary picked up one of her shoes and threw it as hard as she could at the King of the Mice.
Ow! Oh, I put my elbow through the glass of the bookcase. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. I feel dizzy. Oh, so dizzy. Mommy. Mommy.
Good day to you, Godfather Drosselmeyer. You've come to see Mary, I suppose. She's much better, I'm glad to say. But what a fright I got. Just imagine finding her during the night, unconscious and covered with blood in the drawing room, when I imagined that she was sleeping peacefully in bed. The doctor's been. The cut on her arm's fairly deep, but it's not serious. She'll have to stay in bed for 2 or 3 days, but that's all. Oh, you can go up to her room if you like.
Hello, Godfather Drosselmeyer.
My dear, you look very pale. It must have been a shock for you.
Oh, Godfather Drosselmeyer, I was so frightened. And yet Mummy refuses to believe me when I tell her that the mice attacked the toys. She says I was delirious. You believe me, don't you, Godfather Drosselmeyer?
Oh, yes, of course I do, but don't worry about it. You mustn't think about it anymore. I'm going to tell you a little story.
Oh, good.
Once upon a time, in a little kingdom in Nuremberg, there was a king and a queen. But I think it would be better if I let them tell you their story.
Alas, 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 alas.
There, my dear, pull yourself together.
My dear husband, it's now 14 years and 3 months since Christian Elias Drosselmeyer and his friend, the astronomer Zacharias, went to look for the cracker-tuck nut. 14 years and 3 months, and they still haven't come back. And our poor child has stayed ugly ever since the day the Queen of the Mice cast a spell on her because I refused to give her a slice of bacon.
My dear wife, I think you know that I am as sad about this as you are.
I know,
Our little pearly plate was once so beautiful.
so beautiful.
I shudder every time I see her big, bulging eyes.
Bulging eyes.
And the cotton wool beard she has on her chin.
On her chin.
It's the most dreadful thing one could ever imagine for a princess. But let's not lose heart.
No, let's not.
Christian Elias is a very clever man, and I don't doubt that he will succeed.
Zacharias, my friend, we're coming back to the king and queen after all these years, and we haven't been able to find anything. In other words, we're going to lose our heads because we were unable to find the cracker-tuck nut, one bite of which would have been enough to give Pearly Plate her beauty back. Christian Elias, my friend, it was always my opinion that we'd gone on a wild goose chase. The king of the monkeys, and if anyone knows about nuts, it's surely him, couldn't tell us where to find the cracker-tuck nut. And neither could the emperor of China. But according to the stars, there was no doubt that we were going to find this nut. Yes, but so don't let's be discouraged. We're not far from Nuremberg now, so we'll go and see my brother Chrysostom, the toy maker. It's nearly 15 years since I saw him, so I'll be glad to visit him again.
My brother?
Yes, Chrysostom, it's your brother, Christian Elias. You can believe it or not. I can understand that you have some difficulty in recognizing me. And when I was among the Zulus, I lost an eye. So the chief shot an arrow into it so that I have to wear this patch. When I was at the equator, I lost all my hair, so that now I wear a wig of spun glass.
Oh,
As for my beautiful yellow coat, I must admit it's beginning to fall to pieces.
my poor brother. I'm glad to see you again. But why all these journeys to the ends of the world?
Oh, Zacharias here, good day, sir, and I had to bring back the cracker nut for Princess Pearlipate.
Mm-hmm.
The Queen of the Mice threw a spell on her years ago, and one bit of the kernel of the cracker nut would be enough to free her from the spell. Unfortunately, we've been unable to find the nut.
Ah, Christian Elias. I think you've been on a very long journey to find something that was in my house all the time.
What's that you said?
Yes. Some years ago, a beggar whom I took in for the night made me a present of a golden nut, and he told me to keep it very carefully. I'll get it for you.
Oh, if only what your brother says is true, it will be the end of all her trouble.
Here it is. Let me see. A huge nut. It's as big as a melon.
Look, there's some Chinese writing on the shell. That's a good thing I learned some Chinese. Look. Karra, ka, tuck. Tuck. Zacharias, we're saved. We are only half saved. Don't forget, Christian Elias, that Pearlipate will only get her beauty back again if the nut is cracked open by a young man who has worn leather boots all his life and hasn't shaved himself. Well, we haven't found this young man either. Well. I think you'll agree that I'm the one to get you out of your difficulties. My son, Christopher, is just the person you're looking for. Ever since he was a child, his mother has made him wear leather boots, for she says the boy has a fine pair of calves. She's right, too, by the way. What's more, my son has always refused to shave off the little wisp of golden beard he has on his chin. Zacharias, we are saved. And that's how Christian Elias, his nephew Christopher, and the astronomer Zacharias came back in triumph to the king's court. As soon as Pearlipate had taken a bite of the nut that Christopher had just broken, she turned into the most beautiful young girl one could ever imagine. But Christopher, at the very same moment, became as ugly as the ugliest gnome you can imagine. From that moment, it was he who had the big, bulging eyes, a funny chin, and a cotton wool beard. And Pearlipate forgot that she owed her newfound beauty to Christopher and refused to marry him. For it had been agreed that she would marry him.
Godfather, all you've told me isn't just a story. All this actually happened when you were young. And Nutcracker is your nephew. But why is he made of wood?
You're a very clever girl. You're right. Nutcracker is my nephew.
There.
He's made of wood because of the spell the Queen of the Mice cast upon him. I can't tell you any more about it, but I do ask you to do all you can for him.
Oh, yes. I promise I will. I promise I will.
silk dresses, your gold bracelet.
Take everything you want, you horrible thing, but don't hurt Nutcracker.
So, at last I found you, King of the Mice. Stop frightening Mary, stop, I tell you. But you watch out now. The commander of the troops has given me his big sword, and I'm going to cut your 7 heads off, one after the other. Mary, don't be frightened any longer. I've just killed the king of the mice.
But why are you alive now? I thought you were made of wood.
Every night until dawn, I become a living creature again. So don't let's waste any time. Let's go for a trip together in the kingdom of the toys.
Nutcracker took Mary by her hand and told her to close her eyes. When she opened them again, she found she was on the banks of a big river. Nutcracker clapped his hands together, and out of the rose-scented water of the river there came a lovely coach made of shells, studded with precious stones, all gleaming in the sunlight. The coach was drawn along by golden dolphins. 12 little pickaninnies with mother-of-pearl hats and clothes made of birds' feathers sprang onto the bank and carried Mary and Nutcracker into the coach. The dolphins lifted their heads and threw bunches of crystal flowers into the air. They fell around Mary and Nutcracker in a sparkling rain. And so it was that Mary and Nutcracker visited the kingdom of the toys. They went to Christmas Forest, where every tree glistened with its decorations of rubies and sapphires. They saw Jamtown, the capital of the kingdom, where the houses were made of sugar and the fountains flowed with lemonade and orangeade. In the middle of the great square there was a huge pond filled with strawberries and cream, where dolls, lead soldiers and toy animals were helping themselves as fast as they could go.
Nutcracker, Nutcracker, it's the most beautiful country in the world. I love you with all my heart.
Mary was astonished to see a wonderfully handsome young man appearing where the Nutcracker had been before.
Mary, you have just spoken the magic words which break the power of the magic spell cast over me. Will you become my queen and help me to rule this kingdom of toys? For I am the king of this kingdom.
It's too good to be true. I must be dreaming.
Mary? Mary? Mary, wake up. You were talking in your sleep and smiling was a funny present Godfather gave you.
Funny?
Well, nutcracker, Mary. I went to the bookcase to get him and he's not there. Who can that be at the door so early in the morning? I'm going to see who it is.
Good morning, everybody. May I introduce my nephew to you? This is Christopher Drosselmeyer, who has just arrived from Europe. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance, sir. Godfather, may I compliment you on your nephew? What a charming young man.
Nutcracker, oh, sorry, I should say Christopher, became a regular visitor to President Silverhouse's home. And when Mary had grown up, he married her and took her away to the kingdom of toys. Mary and he still live in the Crystal Palace, where hundreds of little people dressed in pearls and diamonds play music and dance to entertain them all day and all night.
So that was the Nutcracker sheet. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.